What's going on, guys? TKD Winter Video, and today I want to talk about some things that happened in the Destiny realm of things, and let's just jump right into it. So, as you all know, I don't really play a lot of Destiny, but back when that game first came out, I loved that game. I was obsessed with it. I played it constantly, man. Like, I loved the game, and I still do love it. I just don't get a lot of time to play it, and I've recently gotten this itch to go back to Destiny, so I definitely will, obviously, and I kind of want to definitely get some gameplay and have it up on the channel as opposed to the regular Call of Duty that we see every other gaming video from me. But upon them just wrapping up the winter events for the game called The Dawning, and that just wrapped up here in the beginning of January, and they have taken some time to really update us and really talk about things that are coming in the future. Now, if you guys remember, to around a year ago, around this time, they announced the event for Valentine's Day. Yes, Valentine's Day, where you are either out with your wife, out with your girlfriend, trying to finesse on these reservations or whatever. What am I saying? You're either doing that or you're at home alone playing video games, doing your thing by yourself because you got no wife, you got no love in your life. But either way, it doesn't matter. It's fun, it's cool. And the good folks at Bungie last year gave us the Valentine's Day event called Crimson Days, and this obviously brought new loot to the game, new modes, and there was even a mode in PvP called Crimson Doubles where you can play 2v2 matches and stuff like that, I believe. And they obviously, they do with all the events they do in the game, they decorate the tower with a bunch of things like hearts or whatever. I remember all the trees were red and stuff like that, and all this stuff that they do for the updates come around the holidays, because like that is kind of like basically what is one of the best things about the game, is that the game overall kind of evolves with the times that are that are in current day right now. What I'm saying? Like, they update the game and they make it reflect what's happening right now in the real world. And this, isn't just exclusive to them. Overwatch does it a ton, and the way Overwatch does it is just great, what I'm saying? Because, Overwatch, in its own separate way, Overwatch is something that is so vastly different than any other, really game out right now. Like, it is such a big juggernaut right now in the gaming space, and they definitely are kind of trendsetters in a way. What I'm saying? Overwatch is the biggest game right now, I feel like, definitely in a way, and Overwatch does their holiday things kind of the same style as Bungie with Destiny. And honestly, and yes, both games have big updates and big content releases and stuff like that. They do that stuff, but really, when you get down to it, honestly, these holiday events and these little events that just pop up here and there really do do a lot to the game. And I believe in a way that it does a lot to the game where they don't even realize what it's doing to the game. Like, it prolongs the game and it adds so much interest, what I'm saying, like that, in a way that I don't feel that they truly give credit to and they truly understand in a way. Because, to be honest, what I'm saying, like, even, if you just hear about an event going on in the game, if you hear that there's going to be a new theme going on, around this certain holiday that's coming up, but there's going to be, like this little small event that they're doing where they're bringing in a new type of, game mode or whatever, like that, are small things at that, but those, bite-sized DLCs that are free, that are, just within a, span of a few days or whatever, like, those can really prolong and really add life back into a game, what I'm saying? And with games, lasting, well, actually, when we have devs trying to long last their games, what I'm saying, like with Overwatch and with Destiny and with like games, like the Division and stuff like that, they are constantly trying to keep the community engaged and keep people playing the game, for long periods of time, rather than, them having it, and probably only using it for a few days, whatever, and then playing the single player, then trading it back in, and not investing in the multiplayer. Like, these devs right here are investing in the multiplayer, and by doing that, they are, having these interesting, really cool small events in their games that may not seem, it may not seem like a lot, it may not seem like, the, vast, insane expansion packs we get, like with Star Wars Battlefront and things like that, but this model of doing it is actually really cool because it actually does prolong a way of it. And if you have a nice mix of the two, if you have like a nice mix of events here and there that are monthly, and then you go on to do the big expansion updates like both games have done in a way, like that just adds on, and that, just builds major hype for the game if, it once would have been dead if it didn't have any of that. But with all that being said, the official Bungie blog has officially announced that the Crimson Days events will not be returning this year. And this honestly, kind of bummed me out, because man, I've been kind of itching to play Destiny again. I want to get back into the game again. I want to get back to the swing of things, really the game, because after playing Borderlands, right now I played a lot of Borderlands, you guys know, these past few weeks, and it's just that type of game where you're out and you're getting loot and you're upgrading your person, your character over time by exploring new environments, by doing missions, by doing all these other things. That type of game is what I literally love. Like that is such a addictive game to me that I just love to play overall. And it just screams like Destiny is totally 100% those games, and that is why I like the game Destiny so much, was because of those aspects of the game, right, of getting loot, of getting weaponry, of getting armor, all that stuff. And right here, they are right now, basically just kind of dropping a main, focal point as to why I keep coming back to Destiny, which are these small little event things. And Crimson Days officially is not coming back to the game. Now they did explain, why they're doing it, right? And why they're doing it, it's a pretty good explanation. It's a pretty good reason. Okay, it makes sense, but I'm still kind of left wanting more. The community manager at the Bungie blog said in a post that, quote, "First things first, Crimson Days will not be making a return this year. We enjoyed adding some gunfire to your date night, but we have other plans. Instead, we are dedicating our efforts to delivering different things for you to play." Which, okay, sounds cool, because basically what they suggest, what they just said here is that they are not going to bring us content in an effort to bring us different content, which, okay, I can get by. I like content anyway. It doesn't really matter what you really give me with this game. If it's something that I'm going to be able to grind, I'm going to be able to get new weaponry, get new armor, then I'll be fine. And, as of late, all of the events and stuff that they've added to the game, really do hone in on those get loot, get armor, get new weaponry, all that stuff. So definitely, I'm not worried about that. But then they go on to explain that, they do have an update that is taking shape currently, and they, can't wait to tell us about it. They're excited to share what is next in this game, what I'm saying? But, then they say that they don't want to jump the gun. They don't want to announce it too soon. They don't want to say anything out there in the open as of this point right now, just because it is so early. And apparently they even say that, they will talk about how we will, quote, spend springtime together soon, but that day will come. And that quote really got my attention. That quote really is something that we should all be looking at here, and there's definite reason to that, because basically what he just kind of low-key said, right, was that there have been rumors going on that the Destiny 2 game is coming out, and it's coming out this year, and it's going to be unveiled and everything at E3, and everything's just going to go crazy this year pertaining to Destiny, right? There's this rumor that has been it's going to be this year. That's what everyone's been saying. We've gotten countless, leaks, countless things that, are going to be rumored to be in the game, all that stuff that, we're not going to be able to get our own character from the first game into the second one, all this crazy stuff, right? But my thing here is that they should do something big for this next game, right? They should do something big, but not within the terms of the second game, but within the terms of the original Destiny. Now, hear me out, guys, hear me out. Now, what if they did some sort of event that would smoothly transition us from the first game to the second games in all terms? Like, what if the next game is about the Traveler, right? We all know that the Traveler is just this big orb that has given us ghosts, it's given us technology, it's given us all these things that, and to this day we don't really understand it fully. We don't really understand how it works, all that good stuff. We don't understand why it's here, all this stuff. But let's say that the Traveler just in this event, right, like let's say they unveil this event, call it, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, like whatever you want to call it, right? And let's say in this event there is a stream of missions that you do, there's new loot, all that good stuff. But then at the end of this new missionary that you have to do, all this stuff like that, all these challenges, the Traveler just poof up and disappears. It's gone. The Traveler just disappears and it's gone, right? And then the premise of Destiny 2 is finding the Traveler again, and that's where they can bring in the lore that they've always wanted to with this game. They can bring back the story. Well, bring it back, I give terms, because there's only really a story with the Rise of Iron and the Taken King and stuff like that. And so basically how I got the idea of this idea, right, was back when I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I love that show to death. It's beautiful. A lot of people talk shit about it, but listen, I don't care. It's a great show. You all can screw off. Anyway, beside the point, right? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. went directly in flow with the movies, and what happened was, in one of the last episodes, I believe of the half season or of the full season, there was a scene where Agent Coulson is informed that there is a bad Hydra influence in this wintry castle, snowy type looking environment, right? So he's told that there is this threat here, it's Hydra, and he makes the choice that, okay, he can't send in his agents. Okay, his agents are not equipped for this, they're not ready for this, all this are excuses and whatever, and he decides to send in the Avengers. And what do we see in Avengers Age of Ultron? We see the Avengers rolling up on that exact same castle, and it's clear that they got orders from Agent Coulson, you know what I'm saying? And just like having that crossover, having that deeper meaning to the movie, of going into Age of Ultron and seeing that play out with the terms of having the info that was shown to me in the week prior in the episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was incredibly amazing, dude. Like, that was such a cool thing and a cool way to tie in this kind of shift in story where the story is kind of going from the show to the movie to the show, all that good stuff. And I feel like if they do this for the first Destiny, having it below into the next game like that would be absolutely crazy. And it would also be very unique because I don't see a lot of online games really do that. I don't see a lot of them have this MP experience or like the story experience where it transitions from game 1 to game 2 like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially speaking in terms of a massive online update driven game like Destiny, you know what I'm saying? Like, we see it of course in regular games like that have a regular one player mode and it's story driven like that, you know what I'm saying? We have that plenty, but having it in terms of a online focused game would be absolutely something that not a lot of people have seen, and it'll be a very cool way to bring the buzz back to Bungie and bring the conversation back to Destiny as a whole. But hey, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Also, while you're done, check out my description. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you can follow me on there. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.